What up, guys? Welcome to episode 99 of Fresh Off the Mats.
Bitch.
We made it to 99.
I quit.
You quitting?
Yeah.
You're not going to let us get to triple dig?
God, that's
Triple digis?
Sounds so gay.
Digis and manilis? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. This is my life for the next couple weeks. Protein cookies. Just to feel something. How's that ASMR of him drinking into his mic and me chewing on mine?
I don't think they can hear me drink.
They can. I go back and watch the episodes. When we drink water, bro, when I unscrew the water bottle, it's loud as fuck on the mic.
I'm so sorry.
So
I didn't know that. Oh,
who cares?
I apologize.
They're here to listen to us.
I hate when the people do that, like fucking asthma shit, dude.
These mics are real good.
I hate when people do that. Like when they get, it's fucking, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, stop. But it's a problem for me. I don't like it, but the shit fucks with my brain. I'm like, it's like, I don't know. I watch it because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, stop it. But like, I can't scroll past.
We talk a lot about ASMR on this podcast. It's come up in at least 3 or 4 podcasts. Wow. I just don't get ASMR. Like for me, I'm like, okay, so they're talking like this. Like, I don't get like why that does things to people. Like
it's relaxing.
Gratification.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand how it's relaxing. It frustrates the living hell out of me. It's like, what do you? They take their nails, they're like, tap, 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 tap. You're an asshole.
ASMR.
So when we drink, you can hear that too? Oh my God.
We talk out of the same thing we drink out of, you ass.
I didn't think he was picking up that.
Picks up our voice. What makes you think it's not going to pick up?
See, you're drinking loud as shit now, though. What's the company? Essentia? Essentia. Quench your thirst.
Essentia, #1 ionized alkaline.
Don't read the whole thing, dumbass. Ever seen a commercial? Eat your Quest cookie.
I'm done.
What?
I've had 3 of the 4.
Joe, I don't think you're supposed to eat the box.
Yeah, you are. 1 serving size. 240 calories for 4 cookies.
This man just ate 1,200 calories worth of cookies.
No, I didn't. Your math is so retarded.
240 plus 240 is 480. 480 plus 480 is 960. 960. My bad.
And I still have 1 cookie for later.
You got 2 in there.
It's a wrapper. So I let him lick the wrapper. Yeah, episode 99 is pretty insane.
We're tired.
What else is new in the world? Oh, yeah, the classes have been crazy. And I've also been slowly trying to kill myself at every practice. So.
Yeah. It's been rough. I'm about to go a month without training, so I'm gonna kill myself.
This guy's
I probably can't say that on here.
What?
Kill yourself. Like I'm gonna kill myself. I probably can't say that.
We're not monetized yet on YouTube, so it don't matter.
Also, they don't flag us as much. Oh, good.
For stuff like that, no.
Okay.
And the only thing that happens is if you say stuff like "kill yourself," like when people are like, "I unalived myself," that's because their account is monetized, and they'll demonetize that episode.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that's why. So that's why, like other podcasts, they're very clean. Because I spent the weekend I was watching a bunch just to like see like how other podcasts do stuff, and I realized like they don't curse a lot. They don't say a lot. And is that why Joe Rogan's kind of free to do what he wants? Because Spotify will just. But
that's not the key to getting money on podcasts. You don't want to rely on YouTube providing you with the ad to make money because it's not a lot. You don't care about that. What you care about is your podcast getting big enough and getting enough views on YouTube that companies give you third-party ad sponsorship. So like your Mom's House podcast is uncensored. From the very beginning, they're like, fuck, blah, 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 shit, whatever. So they automatically don't get the ad money from YouTube. But companies like Manscaped, companies like Liquid Death, they'll pay them because they get a lot of views to do ad reads on their podcast. So midway through the podcast, they do an ad read for Liquid Death or they'll do an ad read for Manscaped, and that's where they make their big money. They don't make the money off YouTube itself. They just use YouTube as the vehicle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because otherwise you got to be super clear on your podcast. And Joe Rogan's a different situation because he doesn't care about the money from YouTube anymore because it's peanuts, bro. I think for every millions
from Spotify, right?
What happened?
He's like on a multi-million-dollar contract with Spotify, right?
Yeah, his first contract with Spotify was $200 million, and I know he re-signed. So
How long?
I don't know. His first contract with Spotify was $200 million. I don't know what his second contract with Spotify was.
What the hell?
But Spotify allows him to do whatever. Spotify doesn't give him any notes.
But
So
to
when
be fair, he
puts-
also doesn't curse like crazy either. $250 million.
for the second one,
His multi-year partnership with audio giant Spotify.
and he still puts episodes, I believe, on YouTube still. Yeah. Yeah, so what you
What?
want is you want companies to give you third-party ad money. You don't want ad money directly from YouTube because it's not a lot either.
No, I've seen TikTok is one I learned. There's not a lot. You know Keith Lee, the guy he rates restaurants. He'll eat the
Oh,
food.
yeah,
Yeah.
the food guy, yeah.
Bro, he posted up one time. He goes, "Sorry guys for not posting up as much." He goes, "Me and TikTok are in a battle right now over finances because they don't." I think he said one of his videos that got like 3 million views. People are thinking he's making bank off of it. He made like $300.
Yeah,
$300 for the month. It wasn't
what
for
I'm
the.
saying.
It wasn't for the day.
That's
for
what
the
I'm saying.
month. He got $300 off a multi-million view
Yeah.
video, and he's like, "That's why I have to post at least 2 to 3 times a day, and post every day of the week because now like 3 videos a day. That if you get 300 a month, that's 900 for that one day. So like you can collectively. But again, that goes back to that conversation we had a while ago about content creators. Like people think it's a joke. Like, dude, to get millions of
but
views.
also, dude, if your video's getting 3 million, let's say it gets 3 million on TikTok, bro, what do you want them to pay you? What do you want them to pay you? $1 million because your video got 3
but
million?
like, 300 a month, dude. A month,
Bro, think about how many millions of videos are uploaded to TikTok daily. They cannot just pump out
What, that are millions.
3,000
of views?
to you, 3,000 to you, 3,000 to you.
I don't know, dude, because he got millions of followers on multi-platforms,
But
and
TikTok's-
his videos are constantly being seen, which means that's what drives people to go see.
But TikTok's viewership and stuff is like sketchy also because like you could pay for views on there too, which is also weird.
That's so.
I think that's odd that like there's an option on TikTok where like it's called like make this video, advertise this video,
Yeah,
and it will
yeah.
pump
So
up.
it's a paid ad. So it basically forces it into the algorithm for people that wouldn't normally watch your stuff. And so that's why I will say that it's an ad. It's a paid video because you wouldn't ever get that in your algorithm like a certain video.
Correct. Yeah.
So they pay so that it forces it to pop up on random feeds, which they could then branch out for that person.
Yeah.
So that's why I get that. But that's like, remember when Instagram first started? I think it was like 2008, 2009, when it was the brown box. It was like a little Polaroid camera.
Yeah.
The share for share. You remember those days? It was the share my post, I share your post, follow for follow whole thing. So it was just like
I've seen the
yeah,
follow
you
for
would-
follow, but not
so the
share
follow
for
for
share.
follow. I mean, it's still a thing, but like when Instagram first popped up, people wanted to gain popularity real fast. Would do that. It would be share for share, follow for follow. So you'd follow each other, you'd share each other's pages all the time, like and post it up so that their viewers would see your stuff or their stuff, and
their
vice versa. So, but you would do it with a shit ton of people. So you jump on people's Instagram pages, and it was like a post by them, and then a shared post to sponsor someone else's page. And then it became like Instagram took that over and all that because obviously they made their smart move there. But yeah, dude,
It's
social media is it's its own business now, and people
It
who
is,
don't
but
like
that-
people
but
who don't
that's why
like
they're
it,
not
they need to
pumping-
move forward.
but that's why they're not pumping out a lot of money because the problem is they're well aware as a company, TikTok, there's got to be a way to game the system. So they cannot just pump out thousands of dollars among thousands of videos. Like, you get what I'm saying?
How do they make money?
Through ads. I've had it happen a couple times on TikTok.
Because
where,
people, like
the
companies will
same
pay
ad
them.
will pop up like 3 or 4 times while
And
I'm
so a
scrolling.
company pays, hey,
Yeah.
TikTok, we'll pay you this
But
much
that-
money.
But that's like a third party ad. That's
Yeah.
like your mom's house getting paid by Manscaped or
So now they're
whatever.
paying the actual social
Yeah.
media brand. Okay.
It's not worth it for them to censor their content just to make a few $100s off their YouTube video
When they can have
when
somewhere else
Manscaped's
offer.
going to pay them $10,000 this month to just
Manscaped
advertise.
pays a lot of people because
Yeah.
they sponsor a lot of people.
But it works.
Yeah.
It works. Their company is very big. Think about it. If on average, your mom's house video probably gets 5 million views.
So even
if 1%, yeah.
What is that? 5,000, right? 1%.
Yeah, it's a lot.
5,000 people buy.
It's a lot.
Off of that one video too. Not even if they pumped out multiple videos.
Yeah.
Off of one video, 5,000 people buy. Like,
bro, Joe Rogan's podcast, 10, 15 million, 20 million views.
Again, 1% of that.
1% to buy a ZipRecruiter. He's always advertising ZipRecruiter or ExpressVPN.
Yeah.
Think about it.
You need to cost like $20-$30 too. So it's not even like a crazy thing, but you get 100,000 people to buy. You're doing pretty well.
Not even. You get 1,000 people at $30 a pop. You just made $30K. Do that math right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. $30K off one advertisement off Joe Rogan's podcast. And trust me, if I needed to hire somebody, the first thing that pops to my head is ZipRecruiter because I keep hearing it all the time.
Yeah, because they probably paid him 10, maybe 15 grand, whatever the case may be. They collect half of that off of one. Yeah, per month. So they collect it. They make that revenue plenty. Like I guarantee it's more, but like
it's more because ZipRecruiter and ExpressVPN always advertise on every episode of Rogan.
Every episode? Oh, so they're paying a lot.
Yeah, they're paying a lot. If he's pumping out 20 episodes a month.
Does he really? I thought he only does 2 recordings a week.
No, yeah, right, dude.
Really?
No way, man. Now he hasn't had a podcast in like a week because he just dropped a live Netflix special on Saturday.
He's been working.
I didn't watch.
It's out now?
It aired live. It was Netflix's.
It was live.
It was live. So if you tuned in I think it was at like 10 p.m. on this past Saturday night, you watched the special live as it happened.
What?
Yeah, it was like the roast of Tom Brady. But now you can just
Netflix
watch.
is going to start doing live stuff.
Yeah. I think they're going to fuck with a lot of live stuff. Well, the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson was supposed to be live on Netflix. And so
what happened when Mike got hurt, right?
Mike, I don't know. He had some health issue come up, so they pushed it to
like on the plane,
November.
Right? Like he had a health issue on the plane.
Which he said he was fine, but I guess the doctor wouldn't approve it to happen. Eesh. Bro, you're 50-something years old, man. Do you really want to fight this guy? I was such a big believer that people were taking dives.
No, they're not.
Until Jake Paul fought Mike Perry.
Bro,
I cannot believe he beat Mike Perry.
Dude.
I was like, finally, a guy. Bro,
I've been telling people since the beginning.
I'm not saying the kid's not talented, but it's a different level of talent versus breaking that ceiling to pro.
He gets to train every day, multiple. He's like Mikey Musumeci, dude. 8 hours a day, diet training
matters.
It
doesn't matter if you're training every day.
It does matter. Like that's true.
Coming to the game late in what? How old is Jake Paul? He's got to be 26,
No,
27.
he's older than me. He has to be older than me because
that's super late to the game. Think about all the guys fighting since they were 5 years old.
Yeah.
That's super late to the game.
He is younger than me?
How old is he?
27?
27, yeah.
I figured that they were older than us because they've been making videos since the Vine days.
Insane.
Dude, so they were making those videos when they were like 12 years old?
I think so, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Those guys are the smartest guys in the world.
When was that? 2013. So that's 11 years ago? Oh, so 16.
Now they just doing jobs that
was after.
Now they just doing like passion project stuff. Like Logan Paul's a huge pro wrestling fan, so
that video you showed that's a dope ass edit. That's a dope edit too. Like perfect to show like how he's been practicing it to mid flow to actually doing it.
Yeah, but it's one thing to practice it. And it's another thing to be confident the guy's gonna fucking catch you and not be like a foot off, bro.
But just imagine how much
the rope,
they had to
jumps
practice
over the rope and does a backflip
midair, catches the guy under his chin to then slam him.
That's fuck.
Like dude. I get when talking to you more about like understanding wrestling, where I get it's fake, like the things are written out and all that, like it's determined. But the athleticism, like watching that, I was like, dude, he flipped in midair, turned, and then catches another person.
Think about how many million things could go wrong. He could have stepped in a sweaty spot, and then when he puts his shoe on the rope, it slides. Yeah. That's happened before in pro wrestling, where guys go to pull on the rope, then jump onto the rope.
I know. I've seen
slide
the
off.
One with I think it was the Real Thing, because this is like one of the few things of pro wrestling I saw with Big Show. It was something with a sledgehammer. I forgot who he was fighting. But he accidentally actually hit him with the sledgehammer. I forgot who it was, and they slammed his hand. Now, I don't see, when I was a kid, though, so when they said, oh, here's the x-ray, like he actually got hurt because he was wearing a cast, I don't know if that was set up either.
Bro.
But let me see. But, like, if that wasn't set up, like, I know I've seen, there was one where a guy took a chair and actually like hit the guy, and it like broke his back or something like that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he actually hit him, and it was like
Well, that's why they got rid of headshots with chairs. You're not allowed
because
to hit somebody in the
they
head.
probably cracked someone too
Yeah.
hard, huh?
Yeah, because you're supposed to get your hands up real quick so it looks like you hit you in the head, but I think
It's just the timing. It's just hard because I guess
CTE.
also probably like if you just break those.
It's
hands
also the
too,
CTE because even though you're stopping the impact, you're still
getting hit.
taking
It's like
it on
people
the
wearing
head.
helmets in football. Like
Yeah.
no matter how much you add into that helmet, dude.
So
like,
now chair shots,
you're
they always
impacting.
do them to the body and the back.
That's
I don't know, man. It takes a crazy amount of athleticism, and you got to be a tough guy. Like people don't understand. Those guys are training and doing shit like 300 days out of the year, just getting time to travel in between. Pro wrestlers don't get enough credit. Those guys fucking beat the shit out of their bodies, dude.
well, you said
And
they
some of
trained
the close
hours.
calls, huh?
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. He actually broke it.
Yeah,
So I think he was supposed to hit the table or something,
yeah.
and he missed, and he actually like boom, and Bishop was like,
Do
oh,
you know who the Undertaker is? He just did an interview, and they were talking about this like
I
famous
sent it to you. The one on Facebook
where he gets burned.
where that's like the story or something.
No, where he
Oh.
gets burned by accident.
Oh no.
He's going out to like this match called the Elimination Chamber. So like they got to be in pods and
Yeah,
shit
I
like
see.
that. So he
I
comes out.
used to play WWE all the time, so I understand.
So
it
he
from
said to the pyro guy when they were at rehearsal, "Hey, this pyro needs to be moved over 2 feet. It's too close to me with like the gear that he's wearing."
Yeah.
He's like, "It's gonna catch," and the guy's like, "No, it won't. You'll be fine." He's like, "No, it's gonna catch." Bro, so he comes out for the
Let's sue
event
him.
live on the event.
I would sue that motherfucker.
So he's the champ. So it's not like he could just like they could write it all. Like he's the champ going into this match. So he fucking comes out for the entrance. The pyro goes off, lights his whole arm on fire, and his chest. He's wearing a singlet that goes down low. The only thing that protected him is because wrestlers, I don't know if you know this, but before they go out for their matches, if they have long hair, they take a bottle of water, they drench themselves because
Is that when they always come out
to
looking
look
wet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when they get hit, it pops more when the hair flicks
it
back.
sells it more.
Yeah, so he
That's
covered
like-
himself in water. That's one of the things that protect him. But he fucking caught
Still got
fire,
him.
took the jacket off, and gets to the pod. He's like one of the guys in the pod, and you could see them handing him bottles of water, and he's just pouring on his chest. He burns his whole fucking chest and shit.
Did he
Yeah.
actually like have the burns, like the
He got what's the light one?
First degree.
He got first degree, but still, man, he
Yeah, oh, no,
wrestled another 30-minute match after
I
that.
know that was stinging.
And think about every time he got
Yeah,
chopped in the
I knew
chest.
they were stinging that shit, bro.
Dude, I would have killed that pyro guy. He said in the interviews, like, I went back there with such a rage, and they had already told that technician to
Like,
leave for the night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leave. Be like,
Because they
hey,
knew he was gonna
go
try and kill
home.
him.
Yeah, go home right now. Leave.
Because
And
people don't
I'd be
realize-
like, bro, don't come back after like 2 weeks or something.
The
Like, take a break.
Undertaker's not a fake badass. That guy's an actual
I mean, I feel like that whole
badass in
generation.
real life.
I feel like that whole generation was kind of like that. Like these guys,
They
like
got into real fights.
yeah, like they weren't jokes. Like I heard, like
Because they were trying to protect kayfabe, which is like the mystique of it being fake. So back in the 80s and 90s, if you would tell a pro wrestler wrestling's fake, they would literally beat the shit out of you.
Jesus.
They'd be like, how fake is that?
I've seen it when like guys try to rush the stage thinking that they won't do anything, and they like fucking
They
they
get
hurt
the
them.
shit
Like
kicked
they
out.
hurt them.
Yeah.
And they say like you entered the ring, that's on you. Like you now got in there, they have to protect themselves because they don't.
Now
which
with
is all
social
right.
media, it's impossible.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Like
Now
you
it's
see the
just
people get the
impossible.
side angle and all that, but
It's not
still,
just the
like-
side angle. It's also you're supposed to not like this guy, but you're at a Denny's with him at 3 a.m. eating dinner on the road. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's too hard because
I would
these
tell them
guys,
like, hey guys, in contract, like, can you just fucking like?
it's impossible because they have to drive
That's your
places.
boy. Yeah, that's your boy and all that. Yeah.
You're going to
that's
tell
tough.
people to not be friends.
Yeah.
You know how many times like the girls are at the pool together and like they're supposed to hate each other?
Yeah, Matt,
but they're all hanging out
Matt
together?
would watch the show with the twins, the Bella twins, I think.
Divas or something
Yeah,
like that.
her and Harley would watch it all the time. But then I would see them hang out with other wrestlers, but then they would say how like
They hate those.
they hate them, and I was like, what is happening? Like, what is going on? So it was a
Kayfabe
very
is
weird
dead.
thing.
There's no way to protect that nowadays.
Speaking of birds, you know, I've had I want to say it was third degree is where it bubbles up and all that. Yeah,
Is third the worst one?
yeah, third's the worst. I got that once. So you've been to Lakes Park, right?
Nope.
Yeah, you have. We went once.
I've heard of it. I know.
You went because we went for a barbecue. Fuck you.
Which one was Lakes Park?
The second year,
The second.
second or third year. I've only been training for 4.
Is that the one with the grills?
Yeah, the girls outdoor. It was a big field and all
Yeah,
that where
okay.
we played football and stuff.
I don't know.
But that's Lakes Park. Was that really your first time going there?
no. I've been there a bunch of times. I just don't know what it's called.
What the? Lakes Park is like a known park here. So like just letting you guys
I follow
know.
Google.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
anyway,
just follow
so Lakes Park, if you look at the roofs, I don't know if they still are, but they were tin. It was like metal tin roofs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pure fucking silver. So we were playing Frisbee. I forgot what we were doing, but we were playing Frisbee or football or something like that. It was Frisbee. And the Frisbee went up, landed on the roof. So I stood on someone's shoulders, and the goal was just to grab the Frisbee, come down. They lost their footing, and I fell forward. This is the summer of Florida, obviously. It's hot. Fell forward, instant, right across my chest, instant burn. So obviously normal reaction, put my hands down, burned my hands. I was like, ah, and it started like peeling. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't move my hands. So I threw myself into the thing and it burnt me again. I was like, oh, and it caught my forearms. And so I like, bro, the only choice, I just pushed myself and I fell, and I forgot who it was holding me. He's like, what are you doing? And I just fell back, bro. I hit the ground. I was like, ah, they think I broke on my back. I was like, my hands. And they see my chest, the two lines right across my chest, and my hands completely bubbled. Luckily, it was a birthday party. That's what it was. So it was my sister's friend. Her mom is a nurse though. So right away she starts like triaging my hands and taking care of them and all that. Bro, when I tell you the pain in my hands, it felt like someone just set them on fire. And I was just sitting there and they were just on fire, but you can't dunk it in water, ice apparently right away. You have to like let it just cool off and get water. So she's pouring water on my hands. I was like, they're on fire. I was like, I just need ice. I was like, please let me get ice. And she was like, you can't. So I'm suffering, dude. I was like, dude, this is terrible. All like just bubbled up here. I think it was a few weeks. It took like 2 weeks for my hands. Like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't write, couldn't do nothing because my hands were completely burnt. All of this was like bubbled over and I had to wait. That was some fucking pain.
Doesn't it like boggle your mind that there are people who protest by lighting themselves on fire? Like, remember that guy? Was that the guy? Who was the guy a couple of months ago?
Free Palestine.
Bro,
the whole Palestine thing.
The balls to light yourself
He was an Air Force guy.
fire, bro. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
He was crispy afterwards, bro.
He set himself on fire with gasoline, dude.
Bro, like the balls to be like, I'm going to just light myself on fire. Holy shit. I could never.
What blows me away, though, to this day, you know that monk that did it? And he was silent the whole time, didn't scream, and they said that he just sat there the whole time. Completely, it was a protest because they were killing monks, I think. It was the Taiwanese monk or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he was able to just sit there, and not a single peep came out of him. Mm-hmm. Just sat there, cross-legged, set himself on fire, and then didn't say a word and died as a crisp right there. Yeah. You know, there's also a monk.
It makes me feel a little guilty for eating fried chicken. I still love fried chicken. I'm still going to do it.
That's what goes through your head?
Yeah, it's burnt chickens.
You
imagine if there was a being bigger than us that liked to deep fry humans and eat them the way we fucking deep fry chickens.
When I look at birds,
but just imagine, we're so lucky that there's not like an alien that's like 1,000 feet tall that comes here and is like, I could go for some human today, deep fry.
We're lucky birds aren't giant anymore. We're lucky they're not like the full-size dinosaur. I know. Ever seen a blue heron, bro? You see them things just be walking around. They're tall as it is. They're like fucking here to me. When they're fully grown, they're up. So imagine it being all the way up there and just like, yeah, you're mine. Or it flying. Like, imagine just living your life. Like when eagles pick up a rabbit or something. You're just a rabbit eating fucking grass. Falcon or eagle, the peregrine falcon. Have you seen that one? That's the one that punches them, where it flies so high up and then comes down like a stealth bomber. It's like, bam, KO. Yeah, KO. It kills it. It snaps their spinal cord with impact, bro. Comes in and just spinal cord snap. They'll sit there just twitching, bro. Like, imagine just living your life, and a bird is just like, not anymore.
I'm just saying, we're super lucky because that shit could be a reality. Fucking thing just come out of the sky and just KO.
Yeah, people like that's what you know what Mac and I were talking about. She saw a post because, like I told you, I love the Jurassic Park movies. Love them to death. It was some of my favorite movies series ever. And she saw a post. She goes, "You know what my toxic trait is?" And it goes, "If Jurassic Park became a real thing, no matter how many times I've seen the movies and the outcome, I'm going on day one." And I was like, "Yep, for sure." I was like, "I'll go." 100%. No, I've seen the movies. I know it. I don't think that we should bring dinosaurs back with the whole fucking technology that they're trying to do with the woolly mammoths and all.
No way.
But if they did and they had them, I'm 100% being there day one because I want to see a dinosaur. I mean, we see alligators and they're pretty cool, but I want to see a big ass dinosaur in real life. I think it'd be dope.
There was that thing that came out, what was it, a couple months ago when they found that parasite that was locked in ice in the, was it the Arctic? I think they found it?
Down in the ice.
For like 3,000, 4,000 years, and it hasn't been around, and they just excavated it. And I'm like, bro, you guys couldn't keep COVID in the lab. Are we really doing this?
What if that was COVID?
Are we really doing this? We really gonna bring out this? They called it zombie parasite, whatever it was.
I heard that.
Are we
That's
really
what the name-
doing this? You guys couldn't keep COVID locked down. What happens if you fucking let this out? Oopsie.
What happened with the zombie parasite?
I don't fucking know.
Zombie.
They're testing it on
parasite.
something.
On what? Oh god, there's a whole thing with it.
Yep. Not surprised.
Fungi that infects ants and cicadas. Oh no, that's a whole thing. Oh, so there's a bunch of different stuff that's called this.
I've heard about that where if they eat a certain mushroom or fungus, ants will become zombie-like. It's a parasite.
It
that takes
infects
over their
ants and
brain.
cicadas.
And there's the one that goes in grasshoppers and forces them to jump into water and kill themselves. There's a parasite that affects grasshoppers. It will take over their brain and it forces them to jump into water and drown itself and then respawn the parasite.
Off of its corpse?
Mm-hmm. Yep. How fucked is that? How fucked is
We're lucky we're not on the fucking food chain for
We're so
parasites.
lucky we are where we are, but we keep fucking around and we're going to find out at some point.
Hopefully not for episode 100 though. Hopefully we're still around for that.
Yes, sir. We'll see you guys next week for episode 100.
Man,
Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Almost 2 years.
Fuck.
almost 2 years.
Yeah, what, 104 will be 2 years.
Jesus.